Hi, I'm Paramdeep Singh, CEO of FieldAssist, and I'm here with Dipak Sanghavi, CEO of Nilons. Nilons is a brand which is recognized and trusted by millions of customers in India for the last 60 years, and what an amazing portfolio Nilons has. And thank you, Dipak, being here with us. So before we move forward, I have a very small intriguing question. How did the word Nilons came up?
So very interesting story. My eldest sister, my uncle's eldest daughter, when she was born very soft and silky.
Okay.
And at that point in time, the nylon cloth was just launched in 1960s, and it used to be smuggled into India via Nepal.
Oh.
So her name is Naina, but her family name is Nylon because she was like a nylon cloth.
Okay.
And that's how my father just removed the Y and put I, and that Nilon's name came in.
So can I also say that your journey at Nilons has been as spicy and as khata mitha as your achaars? Yeah.
So it has been very interesting journey, Param. Meaning, I lost my father young. I was just 24, only son in the family between two brothers, got into the business, and some of the old executives that my father had kept. So some khatta journey starts from there. That the young generation, 24 years, I had done my program at IIM Ahmedabad. So with a lot of energy and a lot of ideas, ये करना है, वो करना है. And they said, ये नहीं हो सकता, हम करके देख चुके, ये नहीं हो सकता, वो करके देख चुके. From there to today. From being a pickle company to a food solution company, pickle now is only 25% of what we sell. Okay. So though we are known still only as the very strong pickle brand, but the journey has moved very, very differently. So khatta mitha, spicy, everything. Yes, very interesting journey.
I'll go back a bit in the history. 50 years back, if you see, generally the achaars were made at home. So, how did Nilons, could change the habit of Indians or people from making achaars to purchasing achaar?
It was a slow journey, meaning, and I would credit a lot of our distributors at that point in time. बेटा हम अचार के बॉटल को इस प्रकार से ढाबे पे भी लेके जाते थे, वहाँ बेचते थे कि भाई आप देखो ये अगर अचार रखोगे तो आपकी सब्जी की कंजम्पशन कम होगी, वो अचार के साथ खाएगा तो आपका मार्जिन बढ़ेगा. वहाँ से फिर लोगों को अचार का स्वाद लगा, अच्छा कौन सा अचार है, वहाँ से फिर लोग उस अचार को लेने लगे. तो उस प्रकार से there is a lot of effort that has happened in the past. So when national television started advertising pickle, that is the time the market started to grow multifold. So the first 20-25 years the category was still small, and then the national television and everything just made it very, very large.
In 2004, the Nilons turnover was about 8 crores.
Yes.
When you took over. And last year it has been upwards of 400 crores.
Right.
What helped you achieve this tremendous growth?
So I think our erstwhile CEO, so he and me together, Rajiv Agarwal, and the two of us, you have met him. So the first thing we said that the brand will work for customer centricity. Customer को क्या चाहिए? Customer at the center. अब उसके लिए अगर सर्विस करने के लिए हमारी ऑफिस 5:30 बजे के लिए 9 बजे तक काम करना है तो 9 बजे तक काम करेंगे. अगर हमको उनको सर्व करने के लिए एक और रेंज प्रोडक्ट देना है, एक और वैरायटी देना है, बिकॉज पिकल इज ऑल्सो कंज्यूम बाय मासेज, नॉट ओनली अ प्रीमियम क्लास. अगर हमको एक मास प्रोडक्ट भी लॉन्च करना है, सो वी kept innovating, kept doing things. A lot of independence and power was given to our entire team. So I think the central two themes अगर हम बोले तो people and culture, ये significantly inside out change हुआ, and that has led to the growth of it.
That you mentioned that you were just 24 years old,
right,
when you took over.
Right.
Okay, but there were many people who were not very accepting of your ideas, what you want to build.
Right.
So there must have been some resistance.
Absolutely.
So how did you go about the change management, getting institutionalized in Nilons?
Right.
So, some examples would be really great, or what you have.
So the first change came by where we got in right people. So Rajiv came in, some of the older people went. But when me and Rajiv came together, उसके बाद फिर cultural change big time हुआ. So I remember there's one incident. I was not even in the office. I was traveling. Rajiv was in the office, and the steno who was 20 years old, जो reported to my father, वो आके बोला कि सर मेरे से इतना काम नहीं होगा, 9 साढ़े 9 बजे तक काम चल रहा है, सो दिस इज माई रेजिग्नेशन लेटर, और आपको बस इतना ही बताना चाहता हूँ कि दिस रेजिग्नेशन लेटर इज इन पॉकेट ऑफ एवरीवन. सो राजीव सेड कि द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज चेंजिंग, एक काम करो, कॉल द मीटिंग. ही सेड इन दैट मीटिंग कि यार रेजिग्नेशन टेबल या तो मेरे लेटर मेरे टेबल पे होगा या डस्टबिन में होगा, किसी के पॉकेट में नहीं होना चाहिए. ये न्यू निलॉन्स है. वी आर हियर विद द कस्टमर सेंट्रिसिटी. वी वांट टू ग्रो, वी वांट टू डिलीवर. इस प्रकार से काम होगा and let's do it, right? And that was the first break of the energy of the old organization कि ऐसे काम नहीं होगा. Now we have to realign, and even the steno did not leave. He worked after that for more 7, 8, 9 years, and from that शायद से एक push चाहिए था कि now the company is of this culture, of this method, of the way we will work, and then everything changed from there.
So Dipak, over the last few years, I could see a lot of product innovations happening. Your portfolio is expanding. So how do you gauge the pulse of the customer? Like which categories to enter? Can you shed some light on that?
When we got the first investment at Nilons, at that point in time we said, how do we grow from here? So we tried to study the market, and what we found that Indian wallet is broken actually into 4 parts. The food consumption. For beverages, the consumer also changes to more male consumer. For snacking, it's more younger consumer, and the outlets also change more on the go. So we said if we want to grow from here, we will go to in the kitchen, because the retailer is the same, the consumer is the same homemaker, right? So that was the journey, and then from there we started to say that how do we become a larger player in the kitchen, and from there we started adding one product at a time. But one focus is always there that we want to be a value-added company, so we do not want to sell commodities. The biggest differentiator that we can give is we say that we are not a food company, we are a taste company. So our biggest differentiator is the taste.
I've seen in my experience that it's not just about the technology tool, but how do you adopt it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and how do you bring that data-driven decision-making culture?
Right.
How do you institutionalize it? What kind of practices can you highlight? What are the practices you are following in the company?
Typically, it's my understanding what has happened in last few months. The first 5 months the needle did not move, and normally companies, if they don't see things are moving for next 2-3 months, they change the strategy and move to the next direction. For us, it was कि यही है रास्ता. This is the only way of doing it, and we kept from my end to our VP sales end to we have a 10-12 people MIS team, and to our area leaders. Everybody was said that this is the only, what we have done in the past is great, but what we want to do in future, it will go only through this. First month when we did, one of the 45-50 area leaders started to use the SFA data and put it in the group. कि ऐसा करो, देखो इतने आउटलेट गए हैं नहीं गए हैं, and we picked that from his WhatsApp group and put it to the central WhatsApp group so that other leaders can watch. Second month 2 लोग और आए. Now on the 9th month, almost 50% of my leaders are following up with their teams on the data, speaking on. पिछली बार गए थे इतने outlets छूट गए थे, इस बार second visit में करना है. So at least 50% में वो transition हो गया. Still 50 remaining.
I also see that you have a big, audacious goal you have kept of 1,500 CR, crores in the next 5 years.
Right.
You want to touch 10 lakh retailers.
Right.
So how are you aligning your sales and distribution strategy to achieve that goal?
The FieldAssist has been helping quite a lot to us. So I believe that for a smaller organization, this is my way of looking at the world. I believe there is always art and there is always science. All of this is only possible with data. So I guess this journey from the current 500 to 1500, lot of science, lot of predictability, lot of data understanding is where we are going through. And you can say that all my team leaders today, all the ASM can speak the same language. They understand what is width, they understand what is depth, they understand their incentives are linked on that, their performance are linked on that. So we are significantly more becoming a scientific company, and that's how we are looking at that journey.
I heard you once, you were sharing a kind of a story, which is quite very near to your heart. Okay, it's about the sales, supply, the product FMCG. Would you please share that once?
We launched a product by name of Enjoy. We roped in Munmun Sen as the brand ambassador. We did TV commercial, everything. And I remember as an 8-year-old kid, I went to a shop with my father. And in the shop, there was 3-4 packets of Rasna and there were 25-30 packets of Enjoy. So I told to my father कि देखिए पापा कितना प्रोडक्ट बिक रहा है, Nilons कितना बिक रहा है, अपना इतना सारा सामान लगा हुआ है. So my father said कि बेटा ये अक्टूबर का महीना है, गर्मी खत्म हो चुकी है, तो रसना 2-3 ही बचा है, हमारा इतना बचा है, मतलब रसना बिक गया है, हमारा नहीं बिका है. तो सिर्फ प्रोडक्ट प्लेसमेंट, लेकिन किस समय पे प्लेसमेंट, कब कितना होना चाहिए. सो दैट वाज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग लर्निंग. So we all learn from success, but we learn more from failure. So I guess this is something which has always remained कि प्रोडक्ट का प्लेसमेंट कब कैसा होना चाहिए. एंड इवन टुडे सीजन के 2 महीने पहले हम लोग मार्केट को फिल कर देते हैं.
Dipak, for the budding entrepreneurs, we are seeing consumerism going, purchasing power is up, and a lot of brands, a lot of innovation is happening, and a lot of new entrepreneurs are coming up. So would you share some 3 nuggets of wisdom with those people who are looking up to the great brands like Nilons?
So my biggest learning that I have seen in all that is successful in the world, 2 things I have seen completely common in everything. Anybody who's successful has these 2 things in common. The first I say is growth mindset. Growth mindset is you are ready to learn. And second is grit. Grit is कि जुझारूपन लगे रहना. You are after it. So these are the 2 building blocks that I have seen in any successful story that has happened in the world. Grit and growth mindset. And third is being original. Where many of us want to copy, but every situation is unique. Every company organization is unique. Every team is unique. And that is that uniqueness that differentiates.
I'm feeling really inspired by this, and I'm very, very thankful to you, Dipak, having you here and in this series of great brands what we have launching, and great.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.